Beloved, we have arrived. Welcome to episode 10. Welcome to the finale of the frequency of enough. This arc has been a journey, a remembering, a releasing, a dissolving, a reclaiming, a rebirth. And today we return home to peace, to wholeness, to the deep, steady ground beneath the noise of not enough. This finale is entitled The Return of Peace, living in the frequency of enough. Not glimpsing peace, not visiting peace, not chasing peace, living in peace. Let's take a breath together and begin. Peace is not a mood, it is a frequency. Let's begin by naming the truth that has been quietly guiding this entire arc. Peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is the absence of self-negotiation. Peace is not a calm day, an easy week, a perfect life, a spiritual high, a successful moment. Peace is the internal agreement that you are no longer at war with your own existence. When you stop negotiating your worth, stop performing your identity, stop outsourcing your truth, stop silencing your needs, you return to peace. Peace is the frequency of I am enough. Why peace always felt out of reach. When you lived from the wound of not enough, peace was never sustainable, because peace requires safety, honesty, boundaries, truth, self-awareness, calm decisions, aligned choices, self-trust, and clarity. But the not enough identity was built on fear, performance, people-pleasing, overthinking, hypervigilance, emotional labor, perfectionism, striving, exhaustion. Trying to feel peaceful while living in the vibration of not enough was like trying to float while gripping a 200-pound boulder. Peace wasn't the problem, the boulder was. And you spent 9 episodes learning how to put it down. The anatomy of peace-based life. What does life feel like when your worth is no longer up for negotiation? When your nervous system is no longer bracing for the next judgment or expectation? When your relationships no longer depend on your self-abandonment, when your identity is no longer a performance, when joy is no longer a reward but a rhythm. It feels like this. 1. Spaciousness. You stop living in urgency. You stop rushing your process. You stop forcing timelines. There is room to breathe again. 2. Inner softness. Your inner voice becomes gentler. The way you talk to yourself shifts. Judgments dissolve into compassion. 3. Emotional clarity. You know what you feel. You know what you need. You know what is yours to carry and what is not. 4. Boundaries that feel natural. You don't grit your teeth to set boundaries. They arise from the simple knowing that you are worthy of respect. 5. Presence instead of performance. You show up as yourself, not the curated, edited, manageable version you used to present to keep everyone comfortable. 6. A nervous system that isn't constantly braced. Your body stops waiting for the next impact. You feel safe in your own skin. And 7. A sense of belonging. That has nothing to do with anyone else. You finally feel like you belong to yourself. This is the architecture of peace. The 3 commitments of peace-based life. When enoughness becomes embodied, peace becomes a practice. It is sustained through 3 simple commitments. Commitment number 1, I will not abandon myself. Not to make others comfortable, not to avoid conflict, not to gain approval, not to earn love, not to fit into roles that shrink my truth. Self-allegiance is peace. Commitment number 2, I will allow myself to be human, to feel, to rest, to make mistakes, to learn slowly, to grow gently, to break open, to rebuild, to change my mind, to need help, to heal in layers. Permission to be human is peace. Commitment number 3, I will honor the truth, even when it reshapes my life. Truth is not always convenient. Truth is not always easy. Truth is not always socially approved. But truth is always peaceful. Even if it disrupts the moment, it protects the soul. The moment peace becomes your default. There comes a moment, just like the inner click of enoughness, when peace becomes your baseline. It feels like a steady hum in the chest, a quiet confidence, a groundedness in your belly, a softness in your shoulders, a slowing of your breath, a settling of your mind, a widening of your presence. This moment is subtle but unmistakable. It is the presence you realize, I am not performing anymore. Not performing for my worth, not performing for my identity, not performing for my stability, not performing for my spirituality, not performing for my belonging. Peace arrives when authenticity becomes effortless. The embodiment practice. Final arc activation. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes if you can. Take a slow breath in and an even slower breath out. Then whisper gently, I return to myself. And again, I am enough and peace is my natural state. Feel the truth of it, not in your mind, but in your chest, your belly, your breath. Now whisper, I release every belief that told me otherwise. Let that settle. This is your return to you. Beloved, you did not learn enoughness, you remembered it. You did not create peace, you cleared the noise that kept it from you. You did not become worthy, you discovered the worth that has never left. And now you stand at the threshold of a new life. A life not built on striving, but on sovereignty. Not built on performance, but on presence. Not built on scarcity, but on self-respect. Not built on fear, but on freedom. This arc is complete, but your journey is just beginning. Carry this truth forward. You are not becoming enough. You already are. And peace is the natural expression of a life lived from that truth. Thank you for walking this arc with me. Thank you for choosing yourself. Thank you for remembering. I love you, I honor you, and I am forever in awe of the soul you are becoming. This is your return to peace. This is the frequency of enough.